Are you looking for a car that has styling, performance, and the latest technology? Well, this is one of the best-selling cars in America in over 50 years. It's the 11th generation 2023 Honda Accord. Hi, I'm Justin Thompson here at Smail Honda in Greensburg, PA, here to take you on a test drive on the 2023 Honda Accord Sport L Hybrid. Let's check it out. With the new 2023 Accord, you're going to see the new design on the front fascia of the vehicle. You're going to see the distinct piano black grille with the Honda symbol. That's the same radar for your adaptive cruise control and your forward collision brake mitigation system. You're going to have full LED lights in the front. As we come across the side of the vehicle, you're going to see the 19-inch blacked out wheels. And the Sport L has the distinct black outside mirrors, the lower black trim, all the way across the back of the vehicle, where you have the rear diffuser that's underneath. That's actually to help out in the aerodynamics of the vehicle and give it the good gas mileage. You're going to see the hybrid sport badging on the back. I did want to point out the trunk here. Even though this is a hybrid vehicle, this has the most storage in its class. Now the Accord for this year is going to be 2.8 inches longer and a little bit wider track for stability and performance overall with the vehicle. And you have the camera in the top of the windshield for your lane keep assist system and your adaptive cruise control. Also with your road departure mitigation, which is going to keep you centered in the lane when you're driving down the road. With getting in and out of the vehicle, you have what's called Smart Pass entry. So as long as you have the key fob on you, you can walk right up to the car and put your hand through the handle. That'll unlock the vehicle. And when you're done, all you have to do is tap the ridges on the top of the handle and walk away, and that locks the vehicle up. There's also the option to automatically have the vehicle lock. As long as you have the key fob on you and you walk away from the vehicle, it'll lock up automatically for you. If the keys are ever left in the vehicle accidentally, it will not lock the keys inside of the car. If you want to remote start your vehicle, all you do is hit the lock button, hold the remote start button down for a few seconds till you see your lights blink, and it will actually blink 6 more times to ensure that a remote started. Now with the hybrid vehicle, you're not going to hear the gas engine start. Actually, what it's doing is preconditioning the interior to a comfortable 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So if it's really hot out, it'll bring it down automatically, and if it's cold, it'll bring it up automatically. And in the back of the Accord Hybrid, you have a lot of leg room, a lot of space. I actually have the seat back a little way so I can show you how much room you have back here. Very comfortable leather interior. You do have the cup holders in the armrest here in the center. It makes it for a fantastic ride, a very comfortable ride when you're taking your long trips. Well, let's take it for a ride. All right, now we're inside of the new 2023 Honda Accord Sport L. As you can see, the interior design is completely different from the previous generation. You're going to have a lot of piano black accents through the dash and the center console here, along with the shifter. But things are set up fairly similarly. You know, the heat and air conditioning is going to be right below the touchscreen here. You have the shifter. Now there's a few things down here. The drive mode, which I'm going to go over real quick here. The drive modes that you have with the vehicle are going to be individual, sport, normal, and econ. With normal drive mode, that's everyday driving conditions, you know, a dry day when you're going to and from work. If you want to, you can actually put it into the econ mode, which will maximize your fuel efficiency on your long trips. And when you switch into the sport mode, it gives the vehicle a more sporty feel, a little bit more responsive. And of course you have individual, which will personalize the driver's experience to match their driving style. So you can actually go through and with each individual thing, the powertrain, steering, your adaptive cruise control, your gauges, you can customize them kind of how you want them to operate. Pretty cool system. Now, along with the new design inside, you have a 12.3 color touchscreen. So you're going to have the ability to have wireless Apple CarPlay as well. I actually have my phone set up right now, Apple CarPlay, and it's going to bring the screen up. It's very big. It is not in the way at all of my view. This is really cool. Also, something I like to point out, you have the volume button here for your audio. But what's nice is they have this little ledge here that if you're going to be using a touchscreen, you can actually rest your hand on it. I like to do that so that my hand doesn't slip and actually hit a different button. So it makes using a touchscreen very easy. Apple CarPlay allows me to use the voice command button to bring up anybody in my phone contacts, call hands-free, text message hands-free with punctuation, or use any of my navigation apps up on the screen. For instance, let's say I wanted to go to Red Lobster here in Greensburg. I could do a long hold on the voice command button, bring up Siri, directions to Red Lobster.
Getting directions to Red Lobster.
And your turn-by-turn directions. Now I'm using Apple Maps, I have Google Maps on my phone, I have Waze as a navigation app. Any of the supported apps will actually show up here on the touchscreen. This also has Android Auto. For Android users, you have the wireless Android Auto. So the big difference about the Accords in their lineup this year is that they're offering more hybrids than they are the gas-powered vehicles. So the hybrid, what's really cool about this is it's going to regenerate the battery as you drive. So regenerative braking is anytime you're braking the vehicle, it's going to apply power back to the battery to recharge it. Also, if you're coasting. You also have these deceleration paddles. In other vehicles, they shift gears. In a hybrid, what they do is they add braking power and take braking power away. And whenever I'm driving down the road, I'll try to demonstrate this for you so you can see some arrows will come up on the dash indicating how much braking power you have, and again, you can take it away. Also, you do have this E button down here. And I'll show you, right now I'm in auto. In the auto mode, when driving, the vehicle is propelled exclusively by the electric motor, exclusively by the gasoline engine, or by a combination of the two. The system selects which propulsion source is most appropriate and automatically switches to it. So auto you can use in your regular day driving. If you want to, let's say that you're around town and you just want to use the battery part of the vehicle and not use up any gas. You can switch to the EV mode, and EV mode is your vehicle is propelled exclusively by the electric motor. When you press the EV button, the select EV mode is enabled and the EV mode indicator comes on. And you can switch back and forth between EV and auto. Another thing that's really cool, let's say that you're at the gas station or at a grocery store, you're in the vehicle waiting for your significant other to come into the car, and you want to charge the battery while you're sitting there. You can hold the E button down and it brings up the charge, and you can hear the motor turn on, and what it will do is actually charge the battery of the vehicle even quicker. There's a power flow chart here that will actually show you what's going on. You can see the engine is actually supplying power back to the battery right now. And if I were to take it out into auto, you'll see it kick off. And as we drive, it'll determine whether the engine is going to drive the wheels or if the lithium-ion battery and the electric motor are going to drive the wheels. So it drives itself the most fuel-efficient way possible, and it will decide as you're driving. Not a whole lot of thinking that you have to do. It does it all on its own. It's a really cool system. So right up here on the dash, you have this little scroll bar, and you can choose whatever you want to see up on the dash from the left side. You can also choose what you want to see up on the dash on the right-hand side. So I won't go through everything because a lot of this is similar to the previous generation, but you can choose whatever you want to see. For instance, right here is pretty much all the audio. So if I want FM radio, I can simply click on FM. And once I have my presets set, I can scroll left and right on my presets or increase or decrease the volume right here from my steering wheel. Keep my hands on the wheel and my eyes on the road. Over on the right-hand side of the dash, I can choose what I want to see up here as well. My maintenance, the oil percentage life, when I have to get the oil changed, my safety support, which I can click this button and choose, and in fact road departure mitigation is off, so I want to have that on. Road departure mitigation is designed to keep the vehicle on the road. It will use the camera in the top of the windshield to map out the lines in the road, and when you start to drift, it'll assist your steering and keep you centered in the lane. So road departure mitigation sounds a lot like the lane keep assist system, which I'm going to go over when we get out on the road. Road departure mitigation will brake certain wheels to keep you on the road, and lane keep assist system basically just keeps you centered in the lane driving down the road. You also have your blind spot info system on both the left and the right hand side of the vehicle. There's a little indicator in the outside of each mirror. If somebody's in your blind spot, it'll blink orange. If you don't see it and you have your turn signal on, it'll beep inside of the cabin as well. I'll demonstrate that when we're out on the road. And then of course your forward collision brake mitigation system, which if you're not paying attention and the vehicle senses that you're going to have an impact and you're not applying the brakes fast enough, it'll do it automatically for you. One last thing, if you want to, you can see your power flow chart, which will allow to show whether you're getting power from the engine or from the electric motor. You can view that here beyond the steering wheel, or if you want to, you can bring it up on the touch screen here Honda has that as an option. You can certainly use that. So you have the heated seats for the driver and the passenger of the vehicle. High, medium, and low, and of course off. Auto lights, you can keep it on auto all the time. It'll turn your lights on at night, turn them off during the day. If you ever have your windshield wipers on, it'll automatically turn your headlights on. That's a PA state law. Also, you have automatic high beams at night, and they'll automatically turn off once you come upon a vehicle or a vehicle is coming up to you. You do have the memory seats, position 1 and 2 for the Sport L model, and you can customize the seats to adjust as you get into the vehicle. With the key fob, you actually have driver 1 and driver 2, and this says 1 on it. So let's say your spouse wants to use the vehicle and they want to set up their seat position to 2. When they use the key fob and the smart entry to get in the vehicle, it automatically adjusts the seat. All right, let's take it out on the road. So I'm going to demonstrate a couple different features with the Honda sensing technology, your adaptive cruise control and your lane keep assist system. But before I do that, just to explain how comfortable this is, the leather interior, the full leather trim, the leather wrap steering wheel, everything feels very comfortable. The hybrid motor does give a lot of acceleration right out of the gate here. This is a fun car. This is really, really neat. So right now, I'll bring it back to the main screen so that you can see the power flow chart. This is going to show you, whether the engine's taking charge or, again, if the electric motor is powering the wheels. But in the auto mode, which I'm in right now, it's going to switch back and forth and decide which one's the better one to use at any given time that I'm driving the vehicle. But I have adaptive cruise control. I'm actually going to set my cruise control. When we get up to this vehicle in front of us, I'm going to wait until I get closer to set it. So I have the cruise control set. It's braking on its own, and it will accelerate on its own. I have my cruise speed set at 43. Now, if I know that traffic's going to be getting faster, I can hold the cruise button up and hold it in for a few seconds, and it will pop it up 5-mile-an-hour increments, up or down, either way. So it's 50 miles an hour here, and I'm going 55. So if I wanted to put it up a couple more miles per hour, I can. And it will keep me a safe distance from the vehicle in front of me, which, by the way, if I want to hit this button here, I can change the intervals, how close I am to the vehicle in front of me. I can bridge that gap. What's great about this is if you're ever traveling in heavy traffic, you can literally set your cruise control at 1 mile an hour without your foot on the brake. It'll default to 25 miles an hour, never letting you hit the car in front of you, and you can steer through that really annoying traffic. It'll brake and accelerate on its own for you. So we're heading downhill right now. I have my adaptive cruise control on, and the vehicle is braking or coasting on its own. And you'll see that it's actually adding battery power as we're driving. So that's regenerative braking. And again, as I mentioned before, coasting and braking will do that. However, I'm going to take it out of the cruise mode for a second and show you. Let's say I wanted to add braking power. This little shifter on the left-hand side, I can hit it, and it may be tough to see, but up by D, you'll see these arrows. I'm actually applying braking power, and then I can take it away on the right-hand side. What that allows to do is supply even more power, even more generative braking back to the battery. So the lane keep assist system I actually have engaged right now. The green indicator up here below the miles per hour indicates that it's on. And the green lines here, actually, as you drive the vehicle, the little illustration changes. Those green lines there indicate that if I start to drift, it'll assist my steering. When I turn around, I'll actually show it to you. I'll simulate drifting. So we're going to do a U-turn here, show the turning radius. Tight turning radius, of course. Now, I had the vehicle in electric vehicle mode, so I changed it. And I did that on purpose because I wanted to show that even if you're in the electric vehicle mode and you gave it gas to get going, it'll switch over to auto automatically for you. So the vehicle is very sophisticated and smart. It's going to know the best way to drive at all times. So right now I have the lane keep assist system on. If I start to drift, it'll just assist my steering and keep me centered in the lane. I would never suggest having your hands off the wheel, but I just wanted to show you. It actually will vibrate the wheel and just pull you back into the lane. There it is. Now the blind spot indicator, we have a vehicle coming up on the left-hand side. You're going to see that this is going to blink orange to indicate that somebody's in my blind spot. And I put my turn signal on, and there's a beep inside of the cabin too to give that second warning, just to warn you not to move in that lane. It's not safe because there's somebody in your blind spot. So the warranty on the new 2023 Honda Accord, you're gonna have the same 3-year, 36,000 mile comprehensive warranty. That's all the electronics, all the bells and whistles, all the computer systems that drive the vehicle. You also have a 5-year 60 on your powertrain. That's your engine, drivetrain, transmission, all the major driving components. And for the lithium-ion battery for the hybrid, you have an 8-year, 100,000 mile worth of coverage on the battery. Also, with the new 2023 Hondas, not just the Accord, but all Hondas, you have 2 years of free maintenance. That's going to be for your first 24 months or 24,000 miles. You'll have your oil change, filter change, tire rotation, and multi-point vehicle inspections taken care of. And of course, if you bring your vehicle back to Smail Honda, you have lifetime free inspections with us. So when backing up or moving forward in the hybrid, you're going to hear it's kind of like a hum, kind of like a choir. And what that does is that will create sound so that pedestrians can hear the vehicle moving. That's how quiet these hybrids are. I'm going to show you the backup camera here. So the dynamic guidelines change color to give you a projected angle into a spot. So this is the widest angle view. By the way, this button right here, that's for your blind spot info system. That's called cross monitor detection. If any vehicles are traveling behind us, it'll beep and indicate what side they're coming from with arrows. This is more of a concentrated view. And this is a straight down view. You can back right up against the curb without hitting it. And that's the test drive on the new 2023 Honda Accord Sport L Hybrid. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. Visit us online at smailhonda.com or ask for me, Justin Thompson, right here on Route 30 in Greensburg, PA. Thanks so much for watching.